Let's move to this. The Vikings beat the Redskins 19-9, and I don't trust Minnesota whatsoever. Not a bit. I don't care they won last night. You know what? I always feel like Kirk Cousins, the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, has a lot in common with scary movies. Environment matters. Like, when I grew up, the scariest movie I saw was Exorcist, and then it was The Shining. If you watch those at night, and it's rainy, and you're by yourself, and you're in a room, and it's just you, it's terrifying. You can't sleep at night. But if you watch The Shining the next day at 1 in the afternoon, with the blinds open, the lights on, with two friends, it's actually funny. You're like, this is screwy. The environment changes how scary The Shining is. It's not that scary at 1 in the afternoon on a sunny day, birds chirping and your door open. But at night, ooh, those twins come around the corner. Oh, Lord. It's Kirk Cousins. 1 o'clock, at home, non-playoff team. Oh, he is unbelievable. Here's Johnny. But you play him night game like last night, against a good playoff team, against a real pass rush, and you get it. Here's Kirk. It's last night. Minnesota didn't punt. Washington had to go to a backup quarterback. They were at home, but it wasn't a 1 o'clock start. In the end, 19-9 over awful Washington. Banged up, backup quarterback on the road, fired their coach, all of that Minnesota talent. I mean, again, a great roster? Absolutely. But this is the Minnesota team people have been telling me is a great roster for 3 to 4 years. Find me Minnesota's great win with Kirk Cousins. Find it for me. Oh, they tied Green Bay at Lambeau. Aaron Rodgers was hurt, and they got a gift call on Clay Matthews. I mean, the Saints this year alone with a backup quarterback have 2 impressive wins at Seattle and Dallas. The Carolina with a backup quarterback won at Houston. The Colts with Jacoby Brissett went to Kansas City and beat Patrick Mahomes and then beat the Houston Texans. That's Teddy Bridgewater. That's Jacoby Brissett. That's Kyle Allen. With this roster and these receivers and Delvin Cook, and find me the impressive win. I'm sorry. This team is too environment-based. 1 o'clock, bad team, or facing a backup, or the minute you make this team uncomfortable. Last year, 1-6 against playoff teams. This year, 0 wins against teams over 500. And last night was classic. Primetime game. Everybody's watching. Offense didn't punt. Up against a backup that had recently fired their coach, and they couldn't put him away until the very end. Couldn't put him away. And I'm going to tell you what this team is. Mike Zimmer is conservative by nature. Kirk Cousins has 1 bad half. And these guys are going to be more conservative than the Republican convention. They are going to just close it down. You're going to have no offense. And when you're in a conference now where you got Green Bay humming and the Saints with a backup humming and San Francisco humming, New Orleans humming, don't buy it. Dak, Dallas last week humming, I don't buy them. I just don't buy them. Scary movies aren't scary at noon the next day. Lights on, no lightning, friends sitting next to you having lunch. They're not. And the Vikings are not scary in primetime games, home or away, out of the 1 o'clock window against a 7-2 team, a 12-4 team. Not scary at all. 12 teams make the playoffs, 6 in the AFC, and then 6 in the NFC. And I think there are 12 spots available, and I think it's really 15 teams vying for them. What about the Raiders? Come on. They've been outscored by 40 points. They've been blown out 3 times. What about the Bears? If they don't make a move at the trading deadline at quarterback, I don't take them seriously. So the 12 teams, 12 playoff spots, here's the 15 teams I like. In the AFC, New England and Buffalo are for real. Baltimore, then it's Indy, Houston I buy, and Kansas City. In the NFC, It's in the West, San Francisco, Seattle, the Rams, then the Saints, Carolina, Green Bay, Minnesota, Dallas, and Philadelphia. But you're gonna say, Colin, Philadelphia, Colin, come on. They're my ex, and she poured bleach in my plants, and she cheated on me and ruined my credit. But she looks at me with those sad eyes and says nice things, and you just want to go on one more date, right? Philadelphia's going into Buffalo this week, and they're going to win. They're going to win. I like Philadelphia too much structurally. The owner, the general manager, Howie Roseman, the coach, the quarterback. I like their structure. I do not believe Philadelphia's season is over week 8. I do not believe a Buffalo Bills team whose quarterback has 7 TDs and 7 picks is going to end their season. I don't believe it. The Bills have beaten the Jets. They've beaten the Giants. They've beaten Miami. They've beaten Cincinnati. They've beaten Tennessee. This is easily the best team they've faced. Now, I will say this. I love Greg Cosell, and Greg Cosell never does this, and he ripped them yesterday. I can't sell this stock yet. I'm giving them one more Sunday. Philadelphia is going to go in there and win. And I think they have a chance to win impressively. Every week in this league, there is a game, and we go, what the hell? This is going to be the what the hell game. They got humiliated by the Cowboys. It's one of those big national TV games, and everybody now is selling all their stock. And then they go, Minnesota, they get embarrassed, and Dallas, they get embarrassed, and I hear about the locker room stuff. But when I like the structure of a company, it's hard for me to move off it. That's just why. If I like the owner, the GM, the coach, and the quarterback, I can overlook a lot. It's almost like, I don't know how women think, but I'll tell you, when I used to be, when I met my wife, there was a lot of structure. She had good kids. She came from a good family. She was nice. I thought she was bright. And the structure, I was like, I like that. Yeah, you can be this and you can be that, but I'm a structure person. And if you don't have structure and your life is chaotic and it's mayhem, I don't care where you went to college. I don't care how perfect your cheekbones are. I don't care. At some point, you'll unravel. Philadelphia, maybe they're going to unravel this weekend. Orlando Skandrick's going to be our show next hour, and he says, I've heard a lot of this stuff in the locker room. I've heard it. But I've heard it before in Philadelphia. It's a chip on your shoulder town. It's kind of a loud verbal town. Guys talk a lot of trash. The structure is too good to bail. I know that she ruined my credit. I know that she didn't get along with any of my friends. I know it. But there's something there with Philadelphia. They're going to go into Buffalo, and they're going to win convincingly. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.